ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. It is your host, Kristopher H. Bilbrey, and this is the 119th episode of the Political Spotlight. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Your thumbnail, it is quite non-impressive, but it sends a very clear message. I don't know if the message could be any clearer than the message I'm putting forward here. I think it's probably as clear as it could be. Episode 119, Leadership Equals Communication. And then we have some blurbs up here. Attention taxpayers, some of your county elected officials are not servants of the people. They are dictators. Had enough? Attention taxpayers, county political candidates will say anything or do anything to keep political power. Had enough? The year of 2024 exposing the truth on every county elected official that doesn't want the taxpayers to know. Had enough? I wonder what Michael Jackson Vaughn, I want to know what exactly we're talking about here. I'm just going to call you Mikeal, all right? I don't know. I'm not going to trouble myself with pronouncing whatever kind of weirdness you got going on there. Your identity crisis your parents created is not my problem. I'm just going to call you Councilor Vaughn. How about that? How about we call you former Councilor Vaughn? I think I'm going to start calling you former Councilor Vaughn. I will start today, and that'll be the way that we play this. I'm not in a good mood. I had a stomach ache. Just kind of felt blah all day today, but I had an interesting phone call from this numbskull, and it was very short. I was going to record it, but it was so short I didn't even get a chance to do what I needed to do. I wish I would have had it going. I want to kind of break this down. I was going to do something totally different tonight. But then something went on, and I thought, I got to talk about this guy. And again, for those of you just joining, I want everyone to see the thumbnail. I want everyone to know what we're talking about. I want to be very clear. Before we get into the topics of tonight, okay, I do want to plug an event. This event, the Madison County Tea Party meeting, Thursday, January 18th. That's this week. Thursday, January 18th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. Reminder, 299 Falls Park Drive, Pendleton, Indiana, at the community building. The speakers this month will be Jamie, that's the last name's real too close, Reitnauer. It's not Ridenauer in Muncie. It's a completely different name. Candidate for governor. Lisa Rinker, candidate for county commissioner. Todd Culp, candidate for county auditor. Max Engling, candidate for the 5th District U.S. House of Representatives. And then, if we can, Suzanne Crouch, candidate for governor. This meeting is free and open to the public. Hopefully someone there. I will not be able to be there. I don't live in Madison County, but I won't be able to be there anyways. So hopefully someone will record this or put this out. I don't know what their policy is. Maybe they don't like that. I tell you, 2024 is the year of to hell with what people like with recording. If you're putting on a public event that's open to the public and you're putting on an event in which candidates for office are speaking and you don't want that recorded, number one, most importantly, for people to be able to watch that will be voting for these people that cannot make it, because some people work seconds, some people work third, some people work first, but they're single parents and they've got kids at home, or they're taking care of a loved one, or any number of things. There are people that are involved, and we need to be meeting them where they are. That is a big issue with this. And so I don't know. I'm not giving these people crap. Maybe they're fine. Maybe they're fine with the recording. I don't know. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just putting it out there as a free as a precursor to what's going to come. I can promise you there are going to be people who are going to say, "Oh, well, we would rather this be for the people that are here." Well, if you've got candidates that are here and or elected officials running for re-election and they are speaking and you don't want the voters to hear that aren't here, I'm sorry, that not everybody could come and only 13 people could be here. There's more than 13 people voting for these idiots. So I think we need to back up in time. I think we need to go back and let you guys know why I'm not in a good mood, and kind of let you guys know what has been going on. And listen, I want everybody to remember back in elementary when sometimes the teacher would call you over, mostly kindergarten, first grade, and they would call you over and they would have you sit. Back in the day, it was Indian style. Now it's, I think, crisscross applesauce or whatever. Remember back in the day when they would have you sit on the floor and they would tell you to put your imagination caps on. You've got a thinking cap and you put it over here. Right now, we're going to put our imagination cap on, and we want you to just, look, I'm ugly. I don't have a very good set behind me. We're going to fix this eventually. I'm going to have a set and everything. I've never cared about that because I've always been an audio guy. I would be just fine with it being like this. You don't need to see me. So close your eyes, like the teachers would tell you, and just listen to this story. I want you to go back in time, and I want you to think about this a little bit as I weave this tale for you. But you remember back when the teachers would tell you that, come over here and listen. I'm going to tell you a story. I want you to just relax and just listen to the words. I want you to know that every bit of this is factual, what I'm getting ready to tell you here. Like many other places, all right? Here's where we're starting, all right, in Madison County. But I think this is probably more fitting to be like a story time with Bilbrey. Okay. Unless something's wrong with you, or unless this is your very first time here, most people are aware that I live in Muncie, Indiana. Muncie, Delaware County, Indiana. And this is a political show where we talk about all things. We can talk about anything. We can talk about local issues, And I don't just mean local meaning to me like Muncie. I mean local meaning local politics. If we want to talk about local politics in a town in Colorado, or local politics in a town in Nevada, or local politics in a town in Louisiana, or local politics, in southern Indiana, we can do that. We can talk local politics. We can also talk state politics, Indiana state politics, Ohio state politics, Maine state politics. Okay. We can talk that. We can also talk federal or national politics, which deal with us all. We are all in this land together. But beyond that, unless I was only going to talk about Muncie and Delaware County, I would have to travel outside of Muncie or get information outside of Muncie to talk about it. I am not a news or journalistic site, or that's not what we're trying to do here. We're very much an opinion and an education platform, but you're not coming here for the 6 o'clock or the 9 o'clock news. You're here for opinion. When you watch the news, I don't know how you think that these people are talking about things. If you turn on CNN or you turn on Fox News, those people don't live in all 50 states. They live in one area, and then they talk about things that go on outside of their homes. That is what happens. That's part of the beast. And I do the same thing. The difference is I act similar to a vampire. I don't do anything without being invited to it. I don't just go strolling into Marion County and say, "Oh, I'm going to pick a fight with you." Someone picks up the phone, someone writes an email, someone leaves a message, someone contacts me through a friend of a friend or something like that and says, "Hey, I would like your help. I need some assistance with this. We need some help." That's how this happens. I don't ever just involve myself in the goings on of a community without being asked for help. However, if I just simply wanted to, if I wanted to wake up someday and drive to Gary, Indiana, I've never done anything in Gary, Indiana. If I wanted to do that, I could do it. There's no law against that. I could drive to Seattle and fart around in there in Portland if I wanted, or Portland, Oregon, I guess. Portland, Oregon, Seattle. I don't know what Seattle. Where's Seattle? Washington? I don't know things like that. I thought February 1st was April Fool's Day. So, if it's not got to do with politics or music, I'm out of it. All right. So the thing is, people have asked me for help in Madison County, like every other place that I've been involved with. And I've paid attention to what's been happening. I've been looking at what's been going on, and I've had some issues with what's been happening. I've reached out to everybody. Listen, I'm a political commentator. I frequently talk about opinions. I am very opinionated, and I frequently will tell you I support person X or I don't support person Y, and here is why. And that tends to rub people the wrong way. Oh, like we've never figured that out before. So there are going to be people that dislike me, not for a reason, not for maybe a valid reason, maybe not a valid reason, but they are people. There are people out there in the world that do not like me simply because of my political opinion. That's how the world works. Okay? That's how the world works.
Try not to cry too much about it, though, Kristopher. I
Yeah.
know that you're like traumatized
I'm
by
broken
the
up.
thought that these people don't
Yeah,
like
right.
you.
Absolutely.
Just,
Yes.
if you need a shoulder to cry on,
Yes.
Niles is right here.
Yes, yes, yes. Is he awake? I thought that was the dog last night. So anyway, you know, it always floors me when I ask anybody, do you want to come on and give your side of the argument? I'll have people on that I disagree with or that I don't necessarily like or I don't think, whatever, because I'm fine. I'm not afraid of transparency. It's always funny to me when I've got several different sites and I post on different places, and some of my detractors, they'll comment where I posted here, and then they'll comment on my page, and then they'll comment on another section, and then they don't remember that they're commenting on 3 different posts. So then they come back to one of the other posts over here, and they're like, Bilbrey's deleting comments. Listen to me. I haven't deleted a comment. I couldn't tell you how to delete a comment. If I want to do that, I need to contact Kate or Brandon or somebody else and be like, hey, can you tell me how to delete a contact, delete a comment? I don't know how to do this. I don't delete comments. You're idiot. You're an idiot that doesn't know that you've been commenting on 3 different posts. I had a guy do that the other night, and it was like, for real. Someone just accused me of that today. But there are people out there that do the dirty delete, and I think that that's childish. I think that that's wildly bizarre. Bree Davis says, thanks for being the only place I could go to and not get silenced for my concerns in Madison County. Absolutely. Welcome here anytime, and anyone else is. I didn't put thoughts into your mind. I had you come on. I asked you questions. I let you talk. And that's how it is. I started the show out by saying this person is not a politician. She's not connected to anybody. She is a concerned citizen. She is a wife or a girlfriend and a mother and a citizen. And in my book, everybody has that ability to they are dirty. I can see it right here. It's starting to build up. Everybody has the right to say what they're going to say. I might disagree. You might disagree with me. But people don't like, and I'm okay with people not liking me. But when people utilize me to then bash someone else, oh, you went on and you expressed your First Amendment right on his channel, on his show, that's gross to me. So the first part of this rant, I want to be 100% clear. In the hierarchy of the most powerful position in government, meaning that of the citizen. All right, we talk about that position a lot. You've got councilors, you've got mayors, you've got commissioners, you've got auditors and recorders and prosecutors and judges and governors and president. But the most powerful position in the government, national, state, or local, is the position of the citizen. Now, we're kind of like counselors. Any one of us can speak out and say any damn thing that we will choose to say. It's up to the other side or other people or whatever to decide if they're going to listen or not. But we have the right to say it. Everybody has an opinion. We are most powerful, though, when we are citizens together. Now, this is the other part of the thing that I say all the time. Nobody is going to agree 100% of the time. No one is going to disagree 100% of the time. If you're a person out there and you're saying, I'm part of a group and I agree with the group 100% of the time, you're lying. You're lying. If you're a person out there that hates a group or hates a politician or whatever, and you say, I disagree with this person or this group 100% of the time, you're lying. Nora Powell, let's take Nora Powell, a massively wild enemy of mine. I don't disagree with her 100% of the time. I agree with her quite frequently, actually. But there's things that I do not like. The fact that people are not intellectually intact enough to know that you can carry on a conversation with someone that you don't like or don't agree with, or you can not have anything to do with someone and still agree with them. That's reality. The reality is, it's like a spectrum, you know, the political spectrum. It's kind of like a Venn diagram, I guess. Everybody's got little pieces and parts in all over the place. You can have hardline conservatives that, because of their lived experience, they have one aspect of their life that's wildly liberal, or vice versa. Or, you know, I've heard here just recently, here's a very good example of this. I have heard someone who considers themselves an atheist say, I know that there are currently demonic forces at work. Think about that. Think about what that person's saying. All right? So you need to be intelligent enough to understand that you can kind of be a little fluid. You know, don't be afraid. It's not going to make you gay. You know, you'll be fine. Good Lord. Not that there's anything not fine with gay people. I'm just saying, for the people that are afraid of being fluid, you know, idiots. Anyhow, I can't find anything I agree on with Ridenhour except that he can renounce transgender. I believe I could find some Stumblefoot. I believe, because I agree with him on some things. So we actually have a fight in Madison County where the city government is trying to annex land to then bring a business to, and there are a large amount of citizens that are not happy with this. Matter of fact, someone needs to point me out if there are. I've not found any specific citizens that are excited about it. The people that are excited about this are government officials, elected, appointed officials. They're not citizens. All the citizens that I've heard of are like against this. And the fight's been going on for a couple of days now. And now we're to the point in the group where, and this inevitably happens always, people want to start cordoning off the group, and we want to have our secret group here, and you're going to have a group over there, and you can't be in our group because you think this. No, 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 no. Listen to me. That is the number one way you will fail at your mission. Quit trying to make an army of completely like-minded trolls that will agree with everything that you do. Accept the fact that you will have people among you that you disagree with, but right now you're on the same side. It's kind of like the old adage, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Folks, in politics, that is a statement that you need to write down and look at every day, because that is a true statement. Strange bedfellows, absolutely. The other aspect of this is those people that feel like they woke up and their citizen power is somehow stronger than someone else's citizen power. Those people, they maybe need to run for office so we can really know who they are. So then we can then bash them down and get rid of them because they're idiots. Nobody's citizen power is any bigger or better or brighter than anyone else's citizen power. The mission is to stop the factory from coming in. That is it. That's the group. Do you want to stop the factory? Yes, you're in. Ding, 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 ding. Are you a conservative that wants to stop the group? Yes, you're in. Are you a liberal that wants to stop the group? Yes, you're in. You know, they also were only required to notify residents within 300 feet of the plant, and they went above and beyond notifying residents. Rob Sparks. The bottom line is, in 2019, Muncie dealt with the whale sustainable product, and all they had to do was notify 300 people around. But this, if they would have put it in, would have affected people in Cincinnati. I would have been perfectly fine with someone coming to the Muncie City Council meeting and speaking against that from Cincinnati. Yeah, John, I absolutely. I was just telling someone today that you don't need zealots. Absolutely. The biggest thing that I hate when someone tries to talk about all of you, they try to cut me down and try to cut you guys down. They'll say Bilbrey's followers. And I always say, oh, I'm not a cult leader, man. I'm not trying to make you guys drink the Flavor Aid. I'm not. I want you to listen to what I say. I want to sell you on my beliefs. But before you're sold, I want you to go out and do your own damn work. Neighborhood building. Yeah. I see that, Catherine. That's crazy. We'll have to definitely cover that too. Yeah, I wonder who said that. It must have been some bot. It must have been some bot. We don't drink special drinks over here. We aren't sheep. We have minds of our own. Absolutely. I always stop people telling that all the time. I always say the people say Bilbrey's followers, and I say, dude, I'm not a preacher. I'm not at a church. I'm not preaching salvation. I am not telling you that I can take you to the promised land. I am talking about politics. People need to do their own work. I want people to follow what I say and believe what I say, but they are friends or listeners. But you're exactly right there, Clinton. Ding, ding, ding. We're going to talk about that because I'm going to tell you, someone today made an enemy of somebody that they certainly did not need to make an enemy. I'm going to be very clear. Councilor Vaughn, your childish and bizarre behavior today made an enemy of me during an election time for you, sir. And to me, that's completely insane. So I just want to be clear, that's what we're talking about. But for those of you, if you go all the way back to the beginning and you put those imagination and your caps on, or your whatever cap I told you to put on, every time I say Madison County, if you're from not Madison County, imagine I'm saying your county. If I'm saying Anderson or I'm saying Mikeal Vaughn and you're not from Anderson or you're not represented by Mikeal Vaughn, imagine I'm saying your hometown and your representative, some, whatever, because this could be a story, and it is a story that goes on sea to shining sea. It's happened in every political fight that I have ever had. So Mikeal Vaughn, who puts out comments like this, the year of 2024 exposing truth, every county elected official that doesn't want the taxpayers to know had enough. Or he's put out comments like this: attention, taxpayers, county political candidates will say anything or do anything to keep their political power. Had enough. Or this: attention, taxpayers, I would appreciate sharing my post. You sharing my post on your Facebook. Let's shine the light on darkness. Had enough. Attention, taxpayers, some of your county elected officials are not servants of the people. They are dictators. I would have just put idiots. No, I've not seen anybody here on the local level smart enough to be a dictator. That Mikeal always thinks too highly of himself. You spelled idiot wrong, Mikeal. Leadership equals communication. So, it's been brought to my attention by many multiple people that Mikeal Vaughn has been running his suck about yours truly. And the reason he's doing so, well, I really don't know why. I honestly don't know why. I don't know if it's because I've said something that's different than him. I know it's because he probably got his little feelings hurt when I called him a weirdo. But he's a weirdo. Oh, you take that to be whatever you want. So he called me the other day. He messaged me on Facebook. And I'm going to pull this up so you can see it. I should have got it ready and had it there, but I didn't. Let me see. You can give me a call just to let you know I voted for to move. Just to let you know I voted for to move IR. I don't know what that means. But there's Mikeal. There's Mikeal's thing. That's him. So he reached out to me and wanted me to call him. I called him today. Now, this is where we're going to pause for 1 second and say this. I'm passionate. Sometimes I'm loud. But on the phone and when we first talk, I'm always respectful. I think some people in their minds have gotten me confused with an associate that was no longer an associate. We went separate ways long ago. And this person would oftentimes go off the handle and blow his top and yell and cuss and carry on. And I think some people got me confused with that because I've been doing this a long time and I've never had a protective order against me. I've never been charged. I've never been charged in court. I've never been threatened with trespass, nothing like that. I've been able to do all of this, and I've been able to create all of my own enemies with my brain power and not acting a fool. I don't yell. I will yell and scream if and when yelling and screaming is necessary. If you back me into a corner and I need to raise my voice or show you that I am angry by expressing my vocalizations in loud decibels, I will do that. But I don't start there. And I know from time to time, to my grandparents, I must sound intelligent, chagrin, is that a word? Yeah. My grandparents' disapproval from time to time on my program here in my house, dealing with these things that are maddening and talking with the people that I talk with periodically, I will use a bad word here or there, or will, use foul language here or there, but it's sparingly. I'm not out here F this and F that. And, I don't do that. I think as soon as you start right off the bat, specifically when talking with these officials, that gives them a reason to shut down. And I'm like, they're already like that. So I'm not going to give them any other reason to be that way. I tried telling people who acted that way and who act that way, listen, you're better off not doing that because you're giving them a reason to shut you down before you even get started. But, it is what it is. That being said, sometimes I get so impassioned, something slips out. Listen, I'm a former cop. That stuff happens. It is what it is. But I don't walk around. It's not the basis of every show. It's not every other word that comes out of my mouth. So I'm not foul-mouthed, specifically when on speaking to the council or whatever. Now, there might be a time where a very good place like, damn, or, what the hell is said in a council meeting, but, that's nothing. It is what it is. So mark that off their list. I'm not violent. I've never been violent. I've never slammed anything. Sometimes I'll point you on the podium and make a loud thump, dunk, 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 or whatever. But that's to get the point. Oh, absolutely, Stubblefoot. Absolutely, Bree. I'm not violent. I don't threaten. There's no reason to do any of that. This is not. I have no ill will. I would help. If in this really cold weather, J.D. Prescott blew a tire outside and needed help, I would help him. If Nora Powell did, if Sean Byram did, if Lisa Friend, ran out of gas and needed a couple bucks to get back to wherever she lives now, or whatever, I would do all of this. You know what I mean? Like I have no ill will about any of these people. I'm not conjuring Mary. I'm not black. Per Sproles, per per your sheriff, I think only the black people in the community can do that. I can't be conjuring. Ask your sheriff. That's him being racist, not me, by the way. I need $100. Do you have Venmo? Yes, it's on its way. Yeah, Catherine, no ill will, but I'm tell you what, I'm going to help you back to the private sector. I'm going to help you back to the private sector as fast as I can. So I call this idiot today on the phone. For the record, I want to make sure it's clear. I'm talking about Mikeal. If it was Nora Powell, she wouldn't. Oh, God. Well, so let me explain this. I called Mikeal on the phone today. I've talked to him before. I had him on the show. He was a bumbling fool. He came on chewing a bunch of, had a big water chew in his mouth. Stand back. I thought the idiot was literally going to spit while we were doing the show. We're like texting, like, oh my God, if he spits, cut him off the screen. Like, holy crap, what in the hell? I very quickly sized Mikeal up. Seeing him in one meeting, talking to him on the program. He wants to be the smartest man in the room. He wants everyone to look at him. Listen, I think that he does politics, and so people think that he's I think here's what happens. I think he is a fragile ego. He is a very weak spirit about him, and he wants people to think that he's Mikeal the powerful and Mikeal the important. So he runs for office and he gets elected, and he says things like, I'm a Republican and I'm for truth and I'm for justice and I'm for the American way. And then he goes, well, and he says a bunch of weird shit that doesn't mean anything, and he confuses people, and he does that circular talk where by the time you get back to the beginning, like, I like every time he gets done saying what he says, the council president says, okay, now getting back on point, because I don't know what that was. You know, it's very strange. Nicole. Yes. So I call him up because I hear from like all these people that I don't know who these people are. People are like calling me up out of the blue. I'm getting like, you know, my number must be on a bathroom stall someplace. And they're saying, hey, we're hearing Mikeal Vaughn's talking about you and saying all this stuff. I'm like, what? Why does he have a... Yes, he's the reason the meetings last 4 hours. Well, that and all the corruption, but if we cut down on the corruption and his nonsense, they could at least have 3-hour meetings in Madison County. Oh, Cheryl McKinney, voter fraud, you say? And he's like, but that's in my past. Okay, but you're an elected official, bro. I've never met any other politician that calls people and demands information from them. And that, ma'am, is why in 2024, the tax-paying citizens of Madison County needs to send this man packing. Okay, it's been expunged. Well, fantastic. So I don't know if anyone's running against him. And I hate this because we just had Bethany Keller on, and Bethany Keller said, more or less on the program, that they don't always agree or disagree, but, they tend to vote together. Right. But let me tell you, I think that he's also starting to go a different way. I think he's maybe playing into the other side. I don't know what he's doing, because he was making some dumb votes and saying some dumb stuff at this last meeting, and he doesn't seem to be standing up for the citizens. And the fact that he's telling people like, oh, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that, and doing all this stuff, like, whoa, 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 who are you to be telling all that? So I called him up today. Listen to what this idiot says to me. I call him on the phone, and he doesn't answer, so I leave a message. Now, listen to me leaving a message to him. I say, his answering machine says, hello, this is Mikeal, Vaughn, or whatever it says. And I'm like, hello. Yes, I'm trying to call you. It's whatever time. Could you please give me a call back at 765, whatever my phone number is? Beep. And someone says, you didn't say your name. And I'm like, well, yeah, right. Because if I said my name, he's not going to call me back. So I left out my name. So a little bit later, it goes ring, 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 ring. Hello? And this is Mikeal, Vaughn. You called me? Yeah. Hey, I was just wanting to check and see, like, what the deal was. What the deal is? Yeah, like, I've been hearing all this weird stuff, and I just want to make sure, like, what's going on. Is this Kristopher Bilbrey? My attorney has advised me that you don't have the facts, and I shouldn't talk to you. Click. Hello, Mikeal? Mikeal? Now, keep in mind, I'm not suing this idiot. So I quickly said one of a couple things. I wrote him a text message to let him know what I felt about what he said. Because now I want you to be very clear. He said, I talked to my attorney. He said, you don't have all of the facts and I shouldn't talk to you. I can't talk to you. He said, I shouldn't talk to you. I can't talk to you. Click. Well, Mikeal, sir, you are an elected official. And while I am not a journalist, I am a member of local media, right? And legally speaking, although I don't consider it, in various law-related issues in the past, I am considered, and our program is considered under the journalistic umbrella. I don't consider it that, but that's out of my hands. And you, as an elected official and a citizen, have a right to talk to whoever you want to talk to. You have a right to say whatever you want to say and do whatever you want to do. But I want to be very clear. Oh, well, that wasn't good to do to Bilbrey. That guarantees he's going to get it all out there now. Oh, yes, that's what I said. Absolutely. Let me go back here and tell you when it was. At 2:07 p.m. today, on a 53-second phone call, he made a decision that crossed our paths inevitably until he is unelected. Um, yeah, I'm interested in what he had to say about I am interested in what he had to say about Bethany. That's weird. So I sent him a message that said, let me pull this up here. I want to be sure I have it all. I want to be sure I have it word for word. I could say it wrong. I said facts about what? Because that's the first thing he said. My attorney said you don't have the facts. Oh, I also left out. He said I've been okay, and I gotta talk to you people of Madison County. And I've got to talk. This is a conversation to the people of Madison County and to specifically a little bit, maybe even Dr. K. So when I say I'm going after someone, I say I'm going after someone. I'm coming out and I'm hitting them hard. In Madison County, specifically talking to oh no, there's even more facts than me calling him a weirdo. I mean, he's just a weirdo because of how he acts. Look, people are allowed to make assumptions based on people. I mean, I don't mean anything by that. Like, I'm a weirdo. I looked at him in that meeting, and he was acting like a weirdo. We can go back and watch the meeting. And he makes all these weird-ass facial expressions and does all this weird stuff. He's a weirdo. I don't know what his deal is. That's factual information. It's weird. He's weird. I'm weird. A lot of you are weird, I guarantee it. But yeah, he's definitely weird too. More importantly, I think he's not what he portrays to be. I definitely question the fact that he thinks he's a Republican. I definitely question the fact that he feels like he's out doing God's work on the county council. I don't think that that's the case. I think that God has enlightened us and we need to send him back to the private sector. Anyhow, he says to me a phrase that I've heard a lot of people in Madison County say, specifically that hang around the doctor. He says, "You've been banging on me." Now, I don't know where you guys have come up with this or what this is, but along with getting Mikeal out of public office, we need to work on you guys' phrasing of this. Because I'm like, what is this weirdo talking about? And he's like, he doesn't like the fact that I've been calling him out. I've been banging on him. He doesn't like the fact that I've been calling him out. Hello, Mikeal, you're an elected official, bro. You're supposed to be a conservative, dude. You're supposed to be a conservative. Mikeal, have you read the First Amendment? Have you done that as a Republican? I've been banging on you. I've been calling you out. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for the redress of grievances. I have some grievances against your weird ass, man. That's what I've been doing. And you don't like that, and your attorney thinks that your attorney thinks that I can you should be able to tell me that you can't talk to me. I don't have the facts. So the text message I send right back to him says, "Facts about what? You're a public official, and I'm trying to ask you about matters you've recently voted on. You either have one of the dumbest attorneys practicing in Indiana, or you're a liar. I believe both are possible. Here, the latter is fact, though. So, welcome to being one man. I'll focus on getting unelected this year. If you're so fragile, you run and hide due to a disagreement, you've got no business in government. You might hide on social media and on the phone, hanging up like a child, but will converse in public meetings. Amazing. Oh, by the way, also make sure you do not violate my First Amendment by blocking me on any form of your official social media accounts. I am not violent. I have no ill will towards you. I'm not being vulgar or otherwise going against community standards or guidelines on social media. So just make sure that you do not violate my rights by blocking me there. No, ma'am. I did not swear at him. I did not threaten him. And when I did the voiceover, that's exactly how it played out. I'm going to tell you again. I'll do it in regular voice. He called me back. I called and left him a voicemail. He called me back and he said, hello. And I said, hello. And he said, hey, how's it going? And I said what I always say. Did I catch you at a bad time? And he said, no. And I said, okay. Well, I'm just calling to find out, like, what the deal is. That's what I said. I had a witness with me. And I said, I'm just calling to find out what the deal is. Like, what's up? And he said, is this Kristopher Bilbrey? To which I said, yes. And he said, oh, dude, my attorney told me I can't talk to you. You've been banging on me, and my attorney said you don't got the facts. I gotta go. I can't talk to you. Click. That's what happened. So I'm going to come back to this Mikeal story because I see some people talking. I see some people talking in the comments about an issue, and I have not said anything about this. Lenny. I see some people about talking about an interaction between Mikeal and Bree. And at the time, I had heard about this, but I didn't want to say anything because it wasn't my story to tell. But I just want to say, for the record, I have heard of another situation, and I'm not going to say who or where or what, but I've heard of another situation of Mikeal not doing anything wrong, not doing anything illegal, not doing anything crossing the line, but just borderline creepy. Something that an elected official probably shouldn't be doing. So that's that. Now, also, I want to be very fair. As a public official, his address and his phone number is out there. Anyone can get this information by requesting his campaign election filing paperwork. They're elected officials. Most of them put their phone numbers, their addresses out there. The guy that we had on last night, when you go to his website, he puts his personal cell phone out there. I put my phone out there. I don't understand why. I don't really get the whole thing, why people are so weird about phone numbers. Because you know what? I put my phone number out all the time. And if I get 5 million people calling me, if I don't know those 5 million people, I am not going to be answering them. So it's like, you blow me up if you want, but I don't believe that in the whole idea of doxing elected officials. Now I know that there are some situations such as, I don't put anyone's private shit out there unless I know that they're okay with it. But I also, look, they're representatives of the people, answer to the people. At the same time, I always tell people, as a private citizen and as private citizens, when we're dealing with the public officials, you can email them 24 hours a day. And in my opinion, you can Facebook message them 24 hours a day. Most people doesn't have Messenger going to a notification on their phone that dings them, all the time, because that shit gets crazy. I believe that if you have the private cell phone number or home number of an elected official or office number, that it is appropriate to call them. And this is what I say: you're free to do your own thing. I always say Monday through Saturday from either 8:30 or 9 a.m. until 6 or 6:30 p.m. That is the only time that I will call an elected official on their phone if I don't have a prior arrangement with them. Like, there were elected officials, like, for example, Troy Ingram. I know I could send him a text at 11:30 at night and say, hey, can I call you? And, he'd be like, yeah, call me. I mean, there were times that Troy and I talked at 1 o'clock in the morning. There are elected officials that I've talked to at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and they'll call me, I'll call them, whatever. So, when there are people that are quote unquote like friendly with, or you have pre-existing arrangements, then that's one thing. But if you're reaching out to an elected official and you're calling on their phone, I never call them on Saturday. I never call them on Sundays. Never, ever, ever, ever call them on Sundays. I just don't personally. I call Monday through Saturday from 8:30 or 9 to 6 or 6:30. After that, I might text them a little later, but past 7, I won't text unless I have an arrangement. And other than that, I'll email or I'll Facebook message. Now, I see some people talking about Cheryl wanting to run, or people pushing Cheryl to run. The filing period is open now. If you're thinking about running, the 2024 election filing period opened on Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. It will be open until the deadline at noon on Friday, February 9th, 2024. It does not have to be expensive to run. You can try to collect money. I mean, it costs money. I'm not gonna kid you. I'm not gonna kid you. You're not gonna be able to go in and beat an incumbent with $500.
The big cost is time
But the big cost is time
and shoes.
and right. Yeah. You've got to be willing to pound the pavement. But you've got to be willing to put the time in. Your family's got to be willing to the first person you talk to is family. Find out if family's okay with that. But then you need to fill out your paperwork. If you need help, if there's anybody out there that is the key way to winning elections, you get out and bang the doors. Now, I know Catherine likes it. And listen, that's not a Mikeal thing. I know that Mikeal has stole that from Catherine, because like Catherine uses that all the time. Like, I'm going to bang on these people, do this. And I'm fine with that. I'm just saying Mikeal makes it creepy. And that's his own issue. But my thing here, back to this. If you want to run, contact us. I will help you. I will help you run. I will help you file the paperwork, look over the paperwork. I'll do whatever. Because I'm telling you, Mikeal needs to go. And I hate that for Bethany. I hate that for people that he's done good. Mikeal is a loose cannon. and he is playing both sides. He's playing both sides. He's doing whatever he can do to try to stay in power. Mikeal is not who he leads himself, people to believe he is. And the fact that I don't know how he thinks he's going to escape me. I'm going to go and speak to him in the public concern section of each of the Madison County meetings. And now what? Is he not going to be for public comment now? Like, why he would feel as an elected official, I don't pay taxes. Well, I do. I buy things in Madison County. I get gas in Madison County. And I'm telling you, Mikeal needs to pick a lane, a side, and go with it. Because I'm telling you, he's been found out. His slip is showing, and he's been found out. He had too many irons in the fire this time. And I'm going to teach Mikeal that he is not the smartest man in any room in which you can have access to the political spotlight. So that's pretty much everywhere. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Stephen, I think absolutely. Absolutely. Ask Cheryl what she thinks of Russ Willis. Russ needs to go. We need to get these people out of here. Listen, Madison County keeps recycling the stew. Just keeps recycling the same crap, and it might look a little bit different, but it's the same nonsense. You guys need a whole new batch. A whole new batch.
Well, that property tax post we were looking at today from Madison County.
Yeah.
And I was asking, when did a certain family get into office? They've been in office for 40 years.
Yeah.
40 years. If things are not getting better, I'm going to say that might be part of the problem. Get some fresh blood in there. Oh my God.
Yeah, right. 40 years. Here's your key to the everything. Thank you for your service. Sit down now. Cheryl McKinney. He is a creep. Yeah, I don't know how else to say it. And, Mikeal, you know what you don't do? Listen, when someone says you're not a good public official, you're not fighting for the people, you're not willing to communicate, you're not willing to be transparent, and you're a weirdo, the way that you fight back against that is by proving that you aren't those things. It's not you go here and hide off and run to the basement. That's not the way that you do that. Has anyone been removed from Mikeal's website or comments removed? Just wondering. Well, I'm telling you, listen, I am currently in an ACLU First Amendment federal rights lawsuit with the sheriff of Henry County. My attorney's name is Gavin Ross. And I'm telling you, Mikeal needs to be very careful. I'm going to go check really quickly to see, because I gave him free warning not to do that. All right. He does not have me. Let's try to comment here. We'll try to comment to him and see if he leaves it or if he takes it down. And I'll share this to you guys so you can see it while I do it. So we'll go here. I pledge to fight the Madison County. I pledge to fight for the Madison County taxpayers with Trump. Congratulations to Donald J. Trump on his historic win in the Iowa caucus. I stand with Trump. Shut up, Mikeal. I don't care about all that nonsense. I want to hear what you're going to do for Madison County. I want to hear how you're not going to cower under the nonsense of the people sitting next to you, and you're going to do the right damn thing for your citizens. I don't care about Donald Trump. I want to hear about what you're going to do for Madison County. All he's doing here, folks, I want to be clear. I don't care how you feel about Trump. I don't care how you feel about Trump. You like him, you hate him, whatever. That's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm just saying, Madison County's Mikeal Vaughn is trying to say that, the people of Madison County are dumb, and he's just playing up to their, vote for Republican, always Republican. No, there are shitty Republicans. Mikeal Vaughn is one of them. Russ Willis is one of them. Emery and Ben Gale are two more of them. The Likens are a whole gaggle more of them. I can do it in my county. I can do it in Henry County. I can do it in Randolph County. Dude, listen, we're not fighting Democrats here, folks. We live in a state where 98% of all the people around are Republicans. Chances are, if you're pissed off by a local or state official, it's a Republican pissing you off. Unless you live in Gary, or you live in Richmond from some time to time. I think they now just have a Republican mayor again. Unless you live in Indianapolis, in the inner city of Indianapolis, out in the rest of Indiana, throw a rock and hit a Republican, and it's going to be a Republican. Throw a rock and hit an elected official, and it's going to. There's so many Republicans just on the brain. That means there's going to be good Republicans and bad Republicans. And there is a lot of bad Republicans, folks.
I think that comment I sent to you earlier in the group. Local government motto.
In our group?
Sure, it's fine. They're Republican. I'm sure it's fine.
Yes, I'm sure it's fine. Absolutely.
They're raping the people. I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine. Clinton, he ran for judge as a Republican. And the reason he did that is he told me he wanted to make sure he would win. Because he is a libertarian. He didn't run independent. He ran as a libertarian. That's different. That's different. If he would have ran independent, he would have had to do other things. He ran as a libertarian, which a lot of people say is independent, but he ran as a libertarian for state rep. And I wish he would have ran for judge of state rep. But he ran as a Republican to win. Duh. Yeah, right. All right, back here to Mikeal. Good evening. Oops. Evening, sir. Could you explain why attorney Hey, someone tell me when the next Madison County meeting is. When is the next Madison County meeting? When is the next Madison County meeting? Do we know? Can someone tell me? It is 2/13/24. At what time? February 13th. At what time? 6 o'clock? 6 p.m. That's what I thought. Okay. Okay, hold on here. Okay. Do. Okay. We'll put this in here. And we'll close this up like this. Bottom. We'll do this. And ta-da, we've got a comment. So it says, good evening. No, what is that? Oh my God. I knew I needed to refresh it. Stand by. See, I screwed it up. I knew I would do it. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. No worries. Good thing they allow you to edit. And I'll tell you what we'll do, because I don't like having an edit history. We'll even do this. Change that. We'll copy this. Copy. Go back here. We'll hit enter. Then we will, it says posting. Give me a second. We'll delete it because I just don't like having a that. And then we'll do this. And then we'll do this. And we'll do that. And then we'll hit enter. And now, ta-da! Good evening, sir. Could you explain why your attorney advised that you should not speak with me? I have been in politics a long time, and this is the first time I have ever heard this excuse. I will be waiting for a reply. See you at 6 p.m. on February 13th, 2024. Cheers. And then I put tonight's show, and I put my signature, and we will wait, and he will violate my rights or he won't. I don't think he will. I don't think he's that dumb. Yeah, OCD, right? I don't think he's dumb enough. Let's see. I want to see some of these. So here's the deal, Jason Shields. I want to get back to that. I want to double check because we need to make sure. Can someone answer me? Can someone who has access to his personal page, does he talk about politics on his personal page? Because there's going to be, that's where the breaker, that's where the make or break is going to be. If he talks about
Okay, so I can see his page.
Yeah.
So he's got some campaign stuff on there. That's not a
Okay.
big deal.
Yeah.
But he also has on here, he's got a question. I wonder how many taxpayers will show up at the county council meeting at 6 on Tuesday.
Yep, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Good morning, Madison County. The snow is beautiful. Crews are out working.
That's a problem.
First year of my term, I have successfully. Oh no, that's he's sharing from Bethany's page.
Wait a minute. Has he just deleted? Wait a minute. Can you see? Are you? You can see his what does his profile picture look like?
What does his profile picture look like?
Yeah,
it looks like it's him and a lady. I'm assuming his wife, like in a car.
I did not think that he was married. By the way he acts.
I don't know. It looks like a lady. Hold on, it's small. No, it's him and a dude in an airplane. They got headphones on with the mics. It looks like they're in an airplane, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish Pastor would take me on a plane ride. So I guess it's his pastor.
Okay.
And they're in a plane. And then his cover picture is his reelect page.
Yeah. Well.
So scrolling down, he's got a picture up of him signing up for reelection. That's not a big deal. Some campaign stuff on here. That one about.
So
he's duplicating a lot of the stuff that he's putting up on his campaign page.
Yeah.
But it looks like he asked who's going to be at a meeting.
That's a no-no.
That's work.
Yeah. And he posted that he posted that freely on his page.
Yes.
So someone needs to get a screenshot of that.
Let me get back to it and I'll get a screenshot of it. So there is some stuff. So he has turned his personal page into a public forum. Ding, ding, ding.
So here's the rule. We've talked about this a lot, folks, and this is very important. People understand this. Specifically, if people are going to run for office. I want to be very clear about this. Let's say my name, think of a cool name, is Kristopher Bilbrey. And I have never had social media ever before in my life.
I have the screenshot.
Oh, you do? Okay. And I am going to run for office next year. And this year, I create Kristopher Bilbrey Facebook page. And I post pictures of my flowers and pictures of my dogs and pictures of my family and pictures of my travels. And I get on and I say, support this person, support. Well, don't support this person nationally and whatever. And I talk about football and beer and music and whatever else. And then next year, as a nobody, I run for office and I create a campaign page. While I'm a first-time candidate, I can block anybody from either of those two pages that I want throughout the entirety of the campaign. I always tell people it is not advisable. I tell candidates, don't block people, period. I tell people, if you have a candidate that blocks people on their campaign page, call their ass out for that and don't vote for them. because people govern like they campaign. So if you block people and you don't like the First Amendment and you don't like tough questions as a candidate, you're not going to like it as an elected official. So I always caution people. However, as a nobody candidate, until I'm in office, I can block people left and right. Period. That's just the way it goes. Once I am elected to office and I change my elect Kristopher Bilbrey page over to Councilor Kristopher Bilbrey, Mayor Kristopher Bilbrey, State Representative, State Senator, Congressman Kristopher Bilbrey, whatever the page is, Sheriff Bilbrey, whatever. I now can no longer block people on that page, period. If I continue using my private profile to share pictures of beer and dog and family and loved ones and whatever, I can block people from that all day long. But the minute that I share a political business like thought, city business, town business, county business, state, wherever I'm elected at, the minute that I post on there, I have now turned that into a political public forum, and I can no longer delete people from my private page. It is my assumption that this post right here, Mikeal Vaughn, I wonder how many taxpayers will show up at the county council meeting Tuesday at 6, turns his private page into a public forum. So I'll talk to Gavin about that tomorrow, see what his thoughts are. I'm not trying to overwork the man. He's going to be like, get the hell away from me. He somehow has my, fake profile blocked too. I don't understand how he's done that. That's weird. Anyway, so it's important to know that. However, it's ridiculous that he doesn't. Yeah, all right, here we are. I'm on his page now.
You've got a couple of questions in the chat here that are probably good ones that you should answer. I know you're not on screen right now.
Yeah, we're good. Did you star them? Does that go to public employees? Does it have to be a post, or can it also be sharing political post that isn't yours? I would say it depends on what kind of public employees you're talking about. So, for example, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. Like, say, a police officer. Most police officers are not going to have a private page and then a public page that says Officer so-and-so. Most officers are not going to do that. Most officers will just have a private page. A lot of officers are not allowed or won't post that they're police officers on social media or whatever. And they don't post about that, but they might post other city-related stuff. I would say, I would say that's a good question. I don't really know, John. I will look into that. I want to say no. I want to say it's specifically for elected officials, but I also want people to know this, and this is something that's very important. Even though social media has been around forever, for a very, very long time, in the grand scheme of things within the law and precedent and stuff like that, there's been very little action with this. While we have years and years and years and years of law pertaining to the public square, the digital public square has not been tried a lot. So we are in kind of the new frontier. So new things are changing every day. Does it apply to department heads? Again, I would have to say I think that it probably would go simply for elected officials, but I tell you what I'll do. I will call the public access counselor's office tomorrow, and I will double check. And if you are back here tomorrow night at 9, I will fill you in and let you know. That's a good question. I've never had a problem with that, but that's a good question. Diane says, does it have to be a post, or can it also be sharing a political post that isn't yours? I think sharing, I think sharing works. I will double check that with Luke as well. But I mean, if you're sharing city business, meaning if, like, for example, if Bethany Keller from her official Bethany Keller counselor page post this, next week's the council meeting every month, and Mikeal Vaughn shares that to his Mikeal Vaughn regular human Facebook page, then I believe that he's creating the public forum there, and he's causing an issue. Absolutely. Let me see what else Catherine is saying here. I know there's a couple things here that people are saying. Hey, do you know in Madison County that none of the county council information is on the page? They keep taking it down. I don't know why that would be. That's so disgusting. What's the page, Catherine? Is it just Madison County .in what? County, Indiana. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Now, I did find a list. Go to team. Up there at the top, go to team.
Okay.
Oh, why isn't it showing on yours? Because I just pulled it up and I can see it.
What? Can you share it?
Yeah. That's so bizarre. I can see it. Hold on. Let's share it. Mm-hmm. Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this once before. I used to be able to see this. Look, Mikeal even looks like a weirdo there. So this look. No, go back up. Go back down. Anthony Emery is councilman at large. He's up for re-election. Ben Gale is councilman at large. He's up for re-election. Mikeal Vaughn is councilman at large. No, he's just at large.
Yeah,
he's not even a councilman.
It makes it sound like he's on the run from the law.
Yeah, it does, right? How fitting. How fitting.
There are two of them in Madison County. Jeez Louise.
Those three people on the bottom are up for re-election, and they all need to go.
What does it say under contact? She's wanting to know. So contact just has the office administrator. That's all I'm finding.
Ridiculous.
And the email is no reply.
Yeah, right.
That's weird.
Isn't that what you want to see when you go to a government page? Government page, yeah.
Here's
this happened
contact,
once before.
No reply.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. This happened once before when I came to your door, no reply. They said it wasn't you, but I saw you peep through your window. There's some early Beatles for you all. No, Chris, I don't see any shapes of a turtle profile. I'm so bad. Jason. I love you. You need to come on here sometime. I'd love to have you on. You're probably too professional to actually come on here. This would probably not do good for you. So you should say in the comments. We would ruin your life. Oh, God.
And there was nothing listed under resources, Catherine.
Yeah.
Sorry, I closed it out already.
They've got me like they're like, block him.
And Catherine. Both of them.
And Catherine. What
How can you like individually block specific people from viewing
on a website? That's crazy. I don't understand. Resources. Team. Oh, there it is. There, I finally clicked it. Catherine.
No, they've been watching and they're like, quick, put it back up.
Put it back up.
Put it back up.
Catherine, do me a favor. Click on it. Then go through and click on all of the things together. Click, 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 boom. I bet you'll get it to pull up because that's what I just did. I will, believe me, I'm a hoot. I would love to analyze their body language and voices. It's a very interesting field. Oh, hell yeah, absolutely. You watch, that's the thing. Here's what we need. This could get really crazy. Yeah, you can't. You can't. You're right. That's gross. Absolutely. Bethany Keller put her contact information out there. So you can contact one of them. Yeah. The thing is, yeah. Sit down here and tell me the beginning of your reading. Well, listen, here's what I'm telling everybody. I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna let Ben Gale know this. When I go to speak, if Ben Gale pushes me for an address, I'm just going to give his address. That's just the way it's going to be. But they all need to give their address at the beginning of each at the beginning of each meeting. Or they need to shut the hell up about it. What they need to do is they need to say, "Hey, we would like for you to give your addresses, but you don't have to." And let me be very clear. When I go to a Madison County meeting, I'm not going to go first in line. I'm going to sign up to be the very last speaker because I'm not going to stop any actual citizen from speaking. I'm not going to let my stuff block a citizen. So they don't need to police that. I can police that myself. So they don't need to know my address to verify that I'm not an elected official. They all know I'm not an elected official. None of them all of them know who I am. Now, Bethany Keller, she's new. She was new to all of this, so she didn't know who I was. No big deal. But Ben Gale knows who I am. We've talked on many occasions. Anthony Emery and I have communicated on many occasions. Robert Steele and I have talked. I've talked to several lichens before. Okay? So, Rich Wine, I've talked to Rich Wine many, many times. Yeah, Bree's new to it all. Absolutely. I did not. I have not. I have not got a return call. Maybe his attorney advised him to not talk to me too. At least Mikeal, I'll give him credit. At least he had the balls to tell me, actually verbalize it. Ben Gale runs and hides like a coward. I can't stand cowards. It's gross. I am very put off by how people have treated Bree. I don't know her. I don't know her. I could not pick her out of a lineup. I've went to her profile like twice to get to her messenger. I couldn't tell you what her profile picture looks like. I don't know. I couldn't pick her out of a lineup. I've never met her before. I don't know. I've got no, she could be a great person. She could be a bad guy. I don't know. I like what she's been doing. I'm going to be on her side until I've got a reason not to be. I think what they're doing to her and people in the community are doing to her is gross. I just, I don't know. I've got no use for that. No use for the way that she's been treated by an elected official and then by the citizens. Because let me tell you, as far as I'm concerned, she is, every bit as intelligent as any of the rest of you. She's willing to come forward and speak and to be clear about her thoughts and her opinions and fight. Do you know how easy it is to fight back against a government? That you got people like breathing down your neck and threatening you and doing all sorts of stuff. She's pretty badass in my opinion. That's gross. He cannot do anything, ARW, because he cannot force anybody to give an address. They cannot force you to give an address. I'm going to tell you, if listen to me, if an elected official ever asks me my address, I'm going to give their mom's address. And let's say your mom's house. How about that? Mikeal, I was just at your mom's house. She told me to tell you to wash behind your ears and quit being a creep. I mean, who are these people? What in the hell? Joey. Joey, your sister has entered the chat. Your commenting sister. Take care, Ryan. So yeah, that's it, folks. We're getting ready to end out of here. There's so many other people out there like Mikeal. They're Madison in Delaware County. Jessica Piper needs to go. In Henry County, a couple of them need to go, I think. In Randolph County, the whole thing has to go. Like, they need to start completely over. There's not one of them that is worth a damn. None of the commissioners, none of the councilors. What's Missy Williams? Is she at large? At large? At large? She is at large on that sucks. I mean, it's good because she's up for a re-election, but no one will run against her. Oh man, so many people to take out, figuratively, politically speaking. Not enough time. The entire courthouse. Damn shame we saved it. They'll just bulldoze it with everybody in it. They can't even make you remove your ski mask. And I mean, not anymore, by God. Not since we're in the, not since we've been in the age of the pandemic. They sure can't.
Oh, you need to wear that to meetings. That is fabulous.
Yeah, right?
I want one.
Yeah, absolutely. You like it?
I love it.
I got it.
Like masks.
I got it right when the pandemic occurred.
Did you stuff the end of it with herbs and flowers?
I stuffed it with toilet paper.
Hopefully clean.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Okay.
That's
brilliant. Absolutely. Yeah. You should wear that.
I can't believe have you never seen this before?
No.
This is back when I used to do audio. So I think I actually did a show with this on, and it was real muffled, and I was like, okay, I'll take it off now. So yeah, people couldn't have seen it. So yeah, now with the power of video, you actually see my pandemic mask, my plague mask.
I love it.
I always had like creepy dreams about these people. And I didn't know what they were. Like when I was young, and then I saw it one day and I was like, what is that? And I've been obsessed with it since.
Love it.
Yeah. So one of these days, people, one of these days, I'm going to make an actual set in here, and you're going to see all of my vast, cool toys, my collection of smoking pipes, and the soundboard and that's where all the toilet paper went. Yeah. I've got quite a collection of oddities here. A whole ass badge collection and everything. But you guys can't see it, so you know it's federally illegal to carry a gun while wearing a mask. Oh shit. I broke that law a whole lot during the pandemic. Oh my God. Well, oh my God. Stephen Metz and the doctor, thank you all very much, obviously, here. Thank you kindly for your generous donation uh, to the podcast. I want to show you exactly what things like that do. And again, I don't like asking for money. I hate asking for money. The other day, I kind of talked about it being value for value gifting. If you get value out of the program here and you're able to give value, that's great. But I want to be very clear. Every single one of you give me value by being here and give me value by liking the videos and give me value by commenting. I'm thankful for each and every one of you, and everyone is capable of being here with $0. For those of you that choose to do extra, thank you. But things like that allow us to get things like this, and this helps all of you. See what those are? See what this is? This
is the new toy.
Yep.
For lives on
Yep.
location.
Yep.
I
Yep.
know. I'm so excited about this
it's
one.
Me too, because and it works amazingly well. So this is what plugs into the camera. And this is the two microphones. One that can go on me, one that can go up by the podium, two that can go on the podiums. And these are very simple. I mean, these are very good microphones. You guys know that audio sound is like my thing. And so these are very, very, very good. They can be heard for over a football field away. And it's absolutely amazing. And so everything that we do here with the money is we put the money back into the podcast, and we do things like that. We're getting some new camera equipment here, which is going to help us even more. There's a fire sale that I've been mentioning that I am going to get to eventually. Catherine, yes, it does. I tell you, absolutely. I'll send you a link. I'm going to use it with an actual professional camera. Which is your favorite bong? That's hilarious, Alva. But this is called DJI. Diane, they could very easily. Listen, they paid $80,000 for their video and audio equipment. I told them if they gave me $5,000, I'd come in and make them right. But this absolutely works, Catherine. Let me tell you, they have, obviously, I just bought this. They are not a sponsor by any stretch of the imagination, but these things are great. So this will plug into my professional camera. It will also plug into an iPhone or a Samsung. This adapter, the body, the base, behind it comes these two little plugins. One is a lightning cord, one is a lightning plug-in, and one is the Samsung C charger compatible. They both plug into this, and they both plug directly in to your phone, your iPhone, your Samsung, and they both let you hook up and record, and it is compatible with Facebook's live video. It's compatible with StreamYard. It's compatible with cell phones. Looks like I'll have to take mine out of Chinese mode. Somehow I got into Chinese mode. $24.1. Oh, tricky. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna be having some better quality on the sound. We're gonna be having some better videos for live on location, because I got tired of all the nonsense, and we just happened to find out that there was a fire sale. Some things happened at, just happened to happen at the right time, and it was like, awesome, we're ready to rock and roll. So I will be getting that stuff ready. But I just wanted to show you, it's not like we're like, oh, we just got $10. Let's go out and eat. We got $10 from someone. Let's go eat Olive Garden. And ooh, someone just gave us $100. Let's go to Abu Dhabi now, because you can do that stuff with $100 and stuff. But we're like, no, let's put it back in and buy more equipment and do things that we need and whatever. So we want to thank you all for your support. Hey, I do want to remind you before we go, there are other ways you want to talk about value for value. Not just, oh, there's extra batteries in it. Let me tell you. Oh, and I also have extra charging batteries. Now, I've got 2 of them now, and they're charged and ready to rock and roll. But value for value. We don't just like the value for value. We are about value, value, value. So if you get value from us and you want to share some value, that's great. We also have a way for you to get value from us, give us some value, and get back some value of yourself that's tangible. You could come here to the Political Spotlight store and purchase some mugs and some shirts and hoodies. I'm in the process of getting some beanies going. Let's see here. Let's see what we've got. Apparel, it says. Drinkware. Oh, it's just what we've got. So there's more. So I'm in the process of trying to get some interesting stuff here. I need to sit down with Kate. I need to go over and hit the fire sale coming up, and then get with Kate and plan some shit out. That's what I'll get working on here in the very near future. What about great value? Well, yeah, that's we'll have to work on that too. I don't know. I don't know what tomorrow's episode is just yet. I don't have anything specifically planned. Tomorrow is the Muncie Board of Works. We'll have to cover that just briefly. I'll also have to cover a little bit about the Delaware County Commissioners meeting, because I haven't fully went through it. But I don't know if anyone has any suggestions. It seems like you have a suggestion in your mind. Let me know. Ooh, Alva, travel mug. All right, I'll be working on that, bro. That's good. Like getting like a tumbler or something. Yeah. All right, we'll work on that. Absolutely. Yeah, Stumblefoot. I do not know why they would not give me a studio in downtown Muncie. Edit Money could easily give me $600,000 and we'd be set. You know what I mean? For now, at least. He'd have to give me another $600,000 in a couple months, but we can be. Listen, hey, he can be the greatest mayor Muncie's ever had. for $600,000. I want a stupid Bilbrey shirt for when I meet with the public servants. Just write a grant for the ARPA money for the, yeah. Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Man, I can't believe we went so long. Have a good evening. Remember, do not vote for this man if you live in Madison County. And there's lots of reasons not to. To hell with Mikeal, Vaughn. Definitely, maybe not to hell with him, but definitely back to the private sector with him. Remember, Thursday, January 18th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m., Madison County Tea Party meeting. You're going to be listening to all these speakers. Suzanne Crouch, if you want to hear her, Max Engling, Todd Culp, Lisa Rinker, Jamie Reitnauer. That's really... How about the old YMCA building? Hey, I would open that up and let homeless people stay there and whatever. I just need, I don't need that big an area for... we could really make that work. That's a good idea. But remember, this thing's going on in Madison County, 299 Falls Park Drive, Pendleton, Indiana, at the community building. I hope people check this out. Listen, folks, we can only call them out if we're doing our part. And our part is getting involved, getting informed, getting educated, getting active, and it takes doing some stuff on our part. You know, you can't just sit at home and be like, what's going to happen? Did we win? Did we win the revolution? No, you're sitting at home on your ass. Get up and go do something. All right. Good night. Have a good one. God bless. Take care. Goodbye. Stupid Bilbrey Bic lighter. That would be good. He literally said leadership communication. And then he hung up on me after 30 seconds.